What's good, YouTube? Today we have another market watch for you guys, and the first thing of note, I've waited a couple days on this to see where it would kind of simmer and settle, but there's a super low quantity over all of them compared to what used to be, and that's Ultimate Rare Forbidden Chalice, and it's sitting at a low of mint at $60 on TCG Player, and very similarly, you'll see a lot of light play, mild play first, and the lowest near mint is 64. So I had covered this when it jumped from 20 to 30 originally, and as you can see, the normal price still on TCG Player is $13, but that's because a lot of the light plays will sell, but it's really insane the price that this has jumped to, and a lot of people are saying that it will be good for Zodiac format, and I think it's a combination of being kind of one of the collector's cards that people like the girls on the Chalice always had to do with the Solemn cards, and it's also got that distinct playability, but it's also just super low quantity overall. I think, yeah, 11 total, including the played ones on eBay. So it's just that really kind of perfect storm for a card to go up and stay there, as a lot of people that do have them just aren't listing them lower. Even the light plays, the lowest light play on eBay is actually 50, which is kind of insane to me, but it's actually matched on TCG Player at exactly $49.91 for the lowest light played, and those are unlimited. So a lot of people just deciding to hold the bar there, and I see this going down eventually, but this is already insane to me. Like, it's really high for this card, but I guess people that are playing it typically want 2 to 3 of them. You usually want to have a set of this if you're siding it, or at least 2 to see the card more often. So I guess people like the card in pairs, and it's just super collectible. Next up is Rank Up Magic Argent Chaos Force. This is kind of how you make S0, the Utopic card, and it's at a low of $11 on TCG Player, as you see the normal price too, because it just recently spiked. Somebody just went and bought out all. Last night, actually, the only one was the $16 one, and someone's coming at 11. On eBay, quickly going back down, there's one listed for 6 and then 9, 10. It was completely sold out, but only 3 copies on all of eBay, and only a total of 6 copies on TCG Player at much higher prices. Again, the only reason that I would know is that you're making S0 with this, the Utopic card, and you're also seeing it top a Canadian regional in first place under Hanko Chow. I believe Nico Smith is the only other person to top a regional using this card when he played his Light Sworns without Minerva, so I don't know if there's, you know, something about S0 just being that broken or something else coming out new in the OCG that caused this besides those 2 factors. Cyframe Lord Omega has crept up to $60. He was back down to the 48.50 range, and then I noticed last night the lowest on TCG was actually 55, and now 60. So Omega just kind of coming back to the forefront of being an expensive card. And let's go to Buy It Nows on eBay. The lowest is 55 still on eBay before it quickly starts rising again. So there's only 3 of them preventing it from being 60 on eBay. So the cheapest on market, $55. Yes, it's super deserved. Omega is one of the most busted cards. Metalfoes, you're usually, you know, teching 1 if you're playing the synchro versions. But a lot of people have been cutting Gofu. So Omega, I don't know, it's really hard to see its place in the meta. It's always seems to be in some kind of top deck. But I don't know why its price is increasing right now, other than the competitive season is coming back. Spyrals Super Agent, a low of $7 on TCG Player. We see the norm was at 4. I covered this when it was 3, telling people to go ahead and get theirs, because either you're going to probably break even at $3, or you're going to see it go up if the support is real. They announced they're going to double the amount of monsters that Spyrals have currently, and we see it quickly goes up. There's actually only 3 sellers here before it boosts to $10, but there's a pretty high quantity. Super Games Inc. has 8, Super Special has 4, and this one person has 1, holding the bar from it being $10. And similarly on eBay, we actually see $6, and we have several sellers at 6 before it rises into that $7 range, but from 7 to 10 is also super quick. So definitely that same kind of hype. We saw it jump from $3 to $12 just with those pictures on social media that Konami posted last time. So there's no telling what's going to happen here with the support if it's actually good. And again, we've seen Super Agent in side decks of other kind of decks like Cyber Dragons that have topped regionals, so it's a card that mixes into other strategies. Saber Source, I went ahead and told everybody to go ahead and get their secret rares at my last market watch of Saber Source and Cabazels. So $5 is where it's at. That's about where I thought it should be at. You're needing a playset of these if you're playing the Dinosaurs, but that's far, far off in the future. But if Aquamador's a $15, you know, Legendary Collection Yugi World Secret, these are Legendary Collection Joey World Secrets, and basically the highest rarity of the Dinosaurs. I think there's Duelist League also of Cabazels, or I don't know how to say this. How do you say that, Billy? How? Cabazul? Cabazal? I can't say it. I'm never going to get it right. Reptar, alright. But Billy actually told me something interesting last night, more so about the Cabazol. Cabazul. But you can actually make Toad using these and Rabbit, because you can go into Bahamut because he's a water, so that's really interesting. Saber Source, of course, doesn't have that, but he has the more attack. So, along with Laggia's huge spikes, there's potential to be able to play Bahamut Toad if the format doesn't limit that out completely before it happens to come to our metagame. So the Dinosaur support is very real, but it's a very far off. But I think $5 is where these will sit for quite some time. They might dip down back to $3, but then again, people will be like, oh, it's finally going to come, and I think it'll sit at $5. So everyone who got them for dollars, great job. At worst, you know, you invested $1 each to have hollowed out Dino Rabbit decks, so you can always play that format. Metalfoes are going down very, very fast, and pretty much Mithrilium, you can find them for $6 to $7, quickly declining. People are just anticipating that it's not going to be as much of the meta coming forward as Zodiac hits. And we see Alkahest also fall to $6, mainly because you're playing one, but also for the same reason. You see the normal price was at $9, but the lowest listed here is $6. So you're able to get Metalfoes really cheap right now if you want to have your Metalfoe deck ready for the format if you think it could be a meta call or something that will be producing. But with Zodiacs, Lawn Mowing Infernoids, and DDDs coming to full power, a lot of people are writing this deck off early and its price is dropping. I know some people wanted me to comment on the price drops, and it is something good to cover because we see the market price usually, this is about a couple days or to a week old, and it's already trending downwards very, very fast, and the same with Mithrilium. So it just seems like Metalfoes are a very, very cheap actual budget deck outside of Desires right now. So if you want to pick up the core outside of Desires, now would be about the time to do that. And then finally, we have Ultimate Maxx C is heading towards being a $100 card permanently. It's been up here for a while. I know it had been hovering 80, but it's a solid 100 about now. We see 98, then 103 for light plays, actually. So somebody has an ear mint at 98, and then we see light plays, and there's only 5 total on TCG Player. And Maxx C as a whole, the gold rare is a low of 15. The super is still at that $13 range where Maxx C has been. And then, of course, the secrets are up in the Legendary Collection Ultra, a low of 16 here. So I'm actually going to go one by one and type them in. The lowest Ulti on eBay is 95 before it's quickly 100 near mint also. So let's go ahead and see the cheapest Maxx Cs you can get. Maxx C Super, well, we got some other things before we get to $12.25, so you're saving, what, a couple cents? Yeah, a couple cents, not too, well, actually a whole dollar because of shipping. So $12.50 or $12.25, but then it quickly goes up to 13 and 14, so this is also a new listing, just someone who wants to get rid of it, and lightly played, so actually gotta ignore that. That's kind of what happens on the fly. So the cheapest actually near mint is $13.77. So the cheapest is actually TCG Players by a couple cents. My bad, guys. And then let's go ahead and get into the, what is that, Peagle 3 Maxx C? Is that what it came out on? Yes, it did. 13 cheapest, so actually $2 whole dollars. And it doesn't say near mint, but it's from Canada. And, let's see here. They just say new, so I assume new should mean near mint. And then we see just all these listings, not saying the exact condition, but I assume They look pretty mint. So a little bit cheaper, probably. Not indefinitely. And then we finally go ahead and get into our Ultra Rares, LC 5Ds. I expect these to be more expensive on eBay, but I could be surprised. And actually dead even is that? 16 and 16 for the light plate. Ultra Rare first ed from Canada again. Let's see. About 1650. And then it quickly rises. So not many Ultras, but not necessarily a rarity many people would want. So Maxx C, you know, the ultimate rare is the main point of this, but a card that's at 2 has fully recovered its price and continued going up. It's just something interesting to note. It's been sitting here for a while now, but I don't know. It's definitely a card you'll want to have with Junichi/Zodiac format. So start trading for yours as competitive season comes. I can't imagine it dipping unless something happens to it on a ban list. And if they put it back for 3, which a lot of people have called for, it's only up from there because everybody's going to need one more. So thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought about Forbidden Chalice. Rank up Magic Argent Chaos Force being, you know, spiked. Is it just because of Hanko's deck? And then the Cyframe Omega creeping on back up. Will it be 60 on all platforms soon? And the Spiral card, it's over doubled since I last covered it, it looks like. As well as these going up directly, probably because of Market Watch, the Dinosaurs. But I think that was super deserved. There's no reason they should be dollars if Logia is 18 for its hollowed out version. Thanks for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this Market Watch and finally covering some cards that are on the decline, even though they're winning right now.